Time Wolf here. I've had Fester for, a fair enough long time now. Let's see. October, November, December. Fester I've had for 4 months now, and I thought, well, 4 months is a long time to have anything. Let's do a Fursuit review. I have a lot of good things to say about what Citymutt Fursuits did with Fester to make him, because he's awesome and I love him. And if you follow me on any social media sites, be it Twitter, Instagram, Vine, I got a knife funny recently. That's fun. If you see me in any of them, I love them to bits, because all those accounts are full of them. Let's start with hands. Left paw, right paw. Easy enough to hit on. Fantastic. In the beginning, it was hard to get them on because there's no stretch. So you've got to grip it a little bit to get it on. But once it's on, that's pretty much it. Good dexterity as well. Right paw, easy enough to get on. Being right-handed, I find it easier to get the left paw on after the right paw. A little bit of wiggling. There we go. This paw is great. The claws are fantastic. They're all green. None of them have chipped yet, which is great. Well, they wouldn't chip, but like this hand, they're rubber coated, so unfortunately, out of 4 claws, all 3 have worn away a little bit at the tip. Now that's not a big problem, because whenever you walk up to them, you can't really see them unless you look up close, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, getting them off is the easiest part, and they slip off really nicely. Maybe a little bit of stretch would be great, because I couldn't get them on the first time. I could barely get one on the first time. It took me a good 2 or 3 minutes even just to pull this on. Tail time. Still love it. Soft. It's flexible both ways. The feathers at the end. Feathers, fantastic. Stitching is perfect. Still going back to that, actually. The stitching didn't last very long on the paws, which I'm a little disappointed around the thumb area, especially on the inside of the thumb area. It's worn away. I do lift things in these since they're so easy, but fading, a lot of fading, which is a little disappointing. But back to the tail. Oh, it's got a good bit of use out of it. Unfortunately, at the convention, I first wore him too. He got trampled a little bit. A lot of people apologized once they stood on it, but there was a lot of ignorant people that decided just to sort of head the other way instead of apologizing. But there was a lot of them. But overall, it was a good experience. And the tail, perfect length for me. I'm only about 5 foot, and the tail is 4, so that's a perfect size. The green does get a little matted up here in this area where it's against my lower back when I'm wearing the belt for the hoops. But very easy to brush out, so it's fantastic. Finally, the piece de resistance, the head and his hair, which I never bothered to fix before starting the camera. Yeah, that's a little better. My favorite thing about Fester is possibly his moving jaw. Now, I know that's quite standard in most fursuits and just partials, but being my first partial, I am in love with it. I love it. It's very sensitive. As soon as it gets under your chin, fantastic. It'll move with your every word. Funny enough, actually, this is my best eye. That's my good eye. I see all of my vision out of that. If you see me in any videos, I'm probably walking slightly with my head tilted this way, just because that may look like the good eye, but with all the paint, it gets really hard to see out of, which is why, only being mesh, there's not a lot obstructing your view. Vision in him, fantastic. I don't have anything bad to say about the head, per se. When I got him in the mail, I didn't initially see that both of his ears had been coming away from the base. Ears coming away aren't a big problem, but wearing them while they were loose, I could feel it, and it made me feel quite uneasy wearing them. I noticed the left ear initially was quite wiggly. Wiggly ears are great, but not whenever they're wiggling far too much. After seeing that the left ear was coming off, I did check the right ear, just in case, and the right ear was coming away from the base as well. Not a lot, but it was enough to notice if he got close enough. And giving him a once over as soon as I got him out of the box, it was noticeable to me. As soon as you even pulled the ear away a little bit, you could see right in here. You could see right in there where it was coming away from the base on both sides. So I was disappointed in that, but I was so excited at the time that I thought I could leave it for a later date to fix, which was my bad, because seeing that the glue had not worked, I wore him to a con because I thought I would be able to fix him afterwards. And during the convention, I did do quite a bit of moving about, as you tend to do when you get one of these things on and you slip into character. So with all that jumping around, the ears came away a little bit more, to the point where they were hanging off. But I got a glue gun and they got fixed. I made a Vine about that, if you want to check it out. His eye, the inside of his eye, inside here, I was able to push on it and the eye would come off. Not come off completely, but I could see it come on away from the side. And I didn't notice it until I had him on. Right in the middle of the convention that I went to, I could see just a little bit extra light coming in, and it made me freeze a little bit. I was afraid that his eye would come off. It's okay now. I repaired it. It's okay. The fur, if I can get it open, the fur here, that lines his jaw was beginning to come off as well. But just a little bit, not loads, not noticeable, unless again you're looking for it. These are mainly things that you wouldn't notice unless you were looking for them. I wasn't looking for faults. I just wanted to have a really good look of them, and I ended up finding things that were less than pleasing for someone who'd just spent a lot of money on them. At my first convention, I was able to wear them for, I would say I was able to wear them for about a good 3 hours before I needed to take them off. Because not only, because they're mesh, and because there's also another vent in his ear, plus the wideness his mouth can open, fantastic ventilation, so I didn't need to take them off until I got really warm. Not to the point of passing out, but I did get hot enough to need to take them off. I would rate Fester a definite 9 out of 10. Because he's comfortable and the ventilation is great. And despite the few little kinks that I found that were coming off, it didn't affect his comfort. You could only really feel it and see it if you were actually wearing them. So that's how I was able to see and feel the eye coming off and the ears beginning to come away from the base, which freaked me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Feeling the ears coming off from the base freaked me out. I thought they were going to pop off right in the middle of the convention. Yeah, so there's Fester. Perfect. Love him. Clean, still. Everything about him, adore, still fantastic. Citymutt Fursuits, fantastic quality for what you're paying for. And after buying him, I purchased Fester on Furbuy after seeing him up for auction. I bought him the beginning of September, and I commissioned the hand paws and the tail, and I had him for the end of October. So it was really fast for really good quality because the paws are so comfortable and they're a little bit plush, but they're really soft. Tail, fantastic, really lightweight, very waggy. It's fantastic, so much fun to wear. I love it. While waiting for Fester, Citymutt Fursuits kept in contact with me constantly. They answered all of my questions, which was fantastic. They sent me photographs of updates of the paws and the tail. They kept me up to date about shipping and shipping prices. And it was, for a first-time fursuit buyer, I feel that it was quite possibly one of the best experiences I could have had. I would recommend Citymutt Fursuits to anyone. They're friendly, for the price of them, their quality is fantastic. So, the price is worth the quality. And I would vouch for that. Because when I get the money, I definitely intend on at least trying to get some sort of suit, some sort of full body suit as well, made for Fester, because I have to complete him. I have to have the body of him. I can't even describe how excited I would be to get a fursuit body of Fester with feet. Because I keep forgetting about the feet, so I think I'd get the feet first and then the body. So, yeah, Fester, definite 9 out of 10, apart from the few little casualties, and maybe some areas where the shaving went a little bit too close, but that's fine. Stitching on the head stood up great. Stitching on the tail, fantastic. Stitching on the paws, mostly wear due on my part for handling things. I probably shouldn't have lifted wet water bottles. Condensation. Fester, definite 9 out of 10. Citymutt fursuits, 10 out of 10, because they were amazing and they were lovely. Every question I had for them, they got back to me within the hour. Fantastic contact. They listened to my concerns about the tail. I thought the tail was going to be massive, and when I voiced my concerns that I'm a little person, I'm only 5 foot, I didn't want to be dragging around like a massive tail that was the same size as me. And they understood that, and so they made it to proper scale for me, which is why it's just fantastic, and it's the right length, and it's, I keep saying fantastic because fantastic, I can't think of any other word to say. Yeah, so I don't want to do the whole like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment. But yeah, like it. I answer all my comments. I feel obligated to make more videos now because people keep following me. More likes, the more likeliness that I'll put another video up. Maybe something exciting. Maybe like something at a convention. Maybe I'll start taking my own videos at conventions. I need to start taking more photos. Yeah, but bye. If I can get him over. There's also the inside of his head, which has come off a little bit here around the around his lower jaw.